Hey everyone, it's Dan Portillo with Portillo Realty Group, here with a quick video on the 3 big differences between owning and renting. I'm sure you've heard the phrase before, why rent when you can own? You've probably heard if you're paying rent, you're just paying the owner's mortgage. So I'm going to give you a quick illustration just to highlight the top 3 differences on the column of renting versus the column of owning. Here we go. Let me bring this slide in. You can see here on the first slide, we've got rental payments increasing. Rent payments do go up. Over the course of years, 10, 15, 20 years, rent has continued to go up. As your rent increases, your overall housing expense increases. You want to avoid that. Number 2, your equity stays at 0. When you're renting the property, obviously you're not the owner, so your equity position starts at 0 and remains at 0. Number 3, the landlord dictates when you move. That's up to the landlord to decide when you actually move out of the property. They may decide to sell the property, they may decide to move back in, whatever the case may be. You are vulnerable to the landlord's plans, so you can be uprooted from your home at any given time outside of a rental agreement. Now let me show you the ownership slide. Point number 1, mortgage payment stays the same. When you purchase a property, you're gonna get a 30-year, maybe a 20-year, your mortgage payment stays the same. It will not go up like a rental payment will. Number 2, your equity position goes up. Obviously, real estate goes up and down, but when you look back at the past 30 years, property values have increased over time. So your equity position grows. Now, the second point on the equity is as you're making a mortgage payment, there's a portion of that payment that goes towards your principal balance. As that's paid down, that also adds to the equity position of your property. So your increase in equity is actually growing on 2 ends. Through equity appreciation of the market value, your principal payment towards the balance. Number 3, no one can ask you to move. You control how long you want to live in that property, when you want to move. Maybe you decide to move out, keep the property as a rental, or you decide to sell that and use that proceeds towards another property. Okay, now let's take a look at these slides side by side. The rental scenario, you can see on this column, the only thing going up is the rental payment. On the ownership side, what's going up is your equity position, and your mortgage payment stays the same. So I might add that when you own a property, if you end up having a situation where you might be able to take advantage of a lower rate and refinance, that mortgage payment can actually drop. So here we are with one other difference between renting and buying. You're never going to have your landlord that's going to voluntarily decide to lower your payment. But if you're in ownership, you can actually refinance that loan into a lower interest rate and end up having a lower payment than where you originally started. So there's a lot of different benefits that are addition to what I've pointed out, but be sure to reach out. Let us help you with your real estate goals. You can DM or text 626-313-1200. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. We'll see you soon.